So thank you so much, Josh and Ivy, for taking out your valuable time for us to do, a video testimonial for us. So maybe we can just start with you introducing about yourself and your company.
And my name's Josh, and I am the business analyst for Property Credit. So I've been working with Property Credit for about a year now. Actually, it's about my work anniversary. And but before then, with the previous company, I've been working with you as a cloud analogy. And so my role here is to help oversee the IT team and to understand business requirements and to work out how we can make our systems develop a solution to be able to meet those business requirements. So I love it because it feels like I'm using Lego to build some really fun things. So yeah. So any other questions?
No, thank you so much for your introduction. It was good to hear all that. Apart from this, if you remember, where did you find us? If you remember that, how did you got to know about us?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I think with my previous company, we originally got introduced to you through another third party, and that was, I think, about 5 years ago, maybe 6. Yeah, and so we gradually just built up to 1 to 2 developers and found the relationship with the cloud analogy quite refreshing, because up until then we had some experience with overseas developers systems is using you guys, because we were able to implement some ideas during the day and see them take legs overnight. So we'd wake up next morning and see that we were able to operate a 24-hour continuous schedule, but almost, because of the work that your team was able to lockstep with us.
Thank you, Josh. So Josh, please let us know about the work we have done for you and your experience working with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess I can expand that a bit. Maybe Ivy, you could as well. As I said, that once we really grasped how to interact with you and break down projects and properly scope them with you with your experience of all the different technological platforms, so we could actually just give you great tasks and ask for your feedback and implementation, even so you could involve you in the process of creation. So that's been really helpful. The fact that we do daily meetings, daily progress meetings, there's really great. The other thing you do really well is status reports, so that when we wake up in the morning, there's a great clear list of what has been implemented overnight, so we can then pick up the baton, so to speak, and run with the project during the day, do our set of testing, further developments and briefing, and hand it back. So that relationship, I think, and the sense of partnership has been quite effective for us.
To be able to pair him up and then quickly doing all the knowledge transfer, where that we don't really have to worry too much about that and thinking that, now we are going to lose Anshu on that side of it. How are we going to have someone to help up, quickly speed up and take care of all the works?
That is really good. Actually, that's one thing that I found. 2 things actually related to that has been really good for us as well, is that you do have a sense of crowdsourcing of knowledge. And I love seeing the photos behind the scenes of, you guys cheering on the Indians at the World Cup. But and so there's everyone in the room, and there's obviously a sense of camaraderie between your developers. And it seems like there are a lot of people who know what we're doing and able to help out. And so it's a great sense that there's not just one developer in a room we're trying to understand, but there's a great shared knowledge. Also, complemented with that, we've got having a project manager over there in you, Sarah, is been very helpful in being able to manage that whole process. So we know we're not dealing with just one person, but there's a sense of leadership. Even though we can't be there in the room, we feel like we can be there because you are. So it's really reassuring.
And the other thing is, coming from a software development background, that quality is important. So I think that, having an actual testing team on your side, and then the developers always thinking about, can you please verify that in staging before we're pushing into production, is really good. I really appreciate that.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. So any area of improvement for us?
An area of improvement. That's a very good question. none that spring to mind, because I mean, I guess we've tried to be quite front-footed with telling you when we'd like to see some improvements happen. So when we weren't doing status updates, talking about doing status updates, those kind of things. Areas of improvement. Sorry, I don't have any.
So,
Your thoughts?
yeah, so I think that, the one that I was kind of talked about, I believe that you guys are already doing that because, for example, we are open for suggestions because we believe that you would be the expert in the area that you're working on. And then so we are always welcome for your feedback and your suggestions.
Thank you so much, Josh and Ivy. That's really great. The pause that Josh took for areas of improvement, that is a very good point for us, that we are working very hard. Anyways, there will be some area of improvement, but, there is a coordination between you and our team. That's why, we are able to complete all the tasks on time. And you just give us this feedback and Josh is online. Yeah, I'm here and doing all the things. That is great. And anyways, you are also available all the time for us. I've seen around your time at night, 10:30 p.m. also, you are available for us. So that is a very good point for us as well. That is why we are able to deliver everything on time.
Yeah, we found it helpful. Realized that pretty early on when we would leave work, and then if we turned off all our comms, we would come back in the morning with questions that we realized we would have answered the night before and not had a roadblock for our team. So yeah, we want to make sure that we have that constant communication, even though we really should turn it off a little bit earlier at night. It just means that we move faster and further. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So,
while we're on this, do you have any quick feedback for us that you'd like how we could help brief you better, how we could help our relationship better?
Actually, there's nothing from my end because you have been, a great client for us as well. You have been very cooperative. I text you, you reply with me within a minute. And every time I ask for any favor or anything from you, you just quickly replied. So I don't think there's any area of improvement from a project manager's end, but there must be something from Anshul's end if there is something he can add on.
yeah, I think everything is very good for Joe's side. He is explaining the things very well when they are providing our new task or something else. So yeah, that's a great thing for us. Yeah.
Simply, you guys are the best.
Yeah. So any feedback for us, and will you recommend us to other Josh and Ivy?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely recommend you. Yeah, absolutely. And we have, and we will continue to, absolutely. Yeah, I think, as I said before, right, like up top of the call, it's been a very singular experience, a very unusual one in our history of working with overseas developers. We haven't found a group so reliable, consistent, knowledgeable, and communicatable, if that's a word. So a high level of communication. Any other feedback? None I can think of. Because you're always so willing to take feedback as we go that we don't have to have a moment like this to deliver it. So thank you. Yeah, I just keep up the good work, and I hope that you can pick up many more clients.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Josh, for all your words.